More car reviews for you now from GTA Online's latest DLC, A Safe House in the Hills, and we're back with the Progen Luiva, which is incredible. In my initial reactions list, I put this right at the very top. Now some of the rest of that list has moved around a little bit, but this really hasn't. In fact, the only thing that's changed about this in terms of how I feel about it is that the more I drive it, the more I like it. Every single time I take this thing out, I like it a little bit more. Everything about it, starting with the looks. This thing is stunning from every single angle. It's an absolute work of art. I think it's gorgeous. It's easily one of the best looking cars in the game for my taste. And then the sound, I mean, just listen to this. Now, before I get on to the rest of the review for this car, there's a little bit of something I want to go through, and that's the name. So it's based on the McLaren Elva. Yeah, just stunning. And the name for that comes from the French Elva, which means she goes. So if you take the same approach to Luiva, you get Luiva, he goes, but Luiva isn't spelt that way. If you put a space in, you get Luiva, which means he goes to her, or if you go Luiva, the straight name, you get suits him. Which got me all excited because that made me think, ooh, maybe this is a reference to two very similar and really cool comedy sketches.
Is your wife a goer? Hey, know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nudge, nudge, know what I mean? Say no more.
Beg your pardon?
Your wife, does she go? Hey, know what I mean? Know what I mean? Does she go? Hey?
Were you out with the lady last night, sir?
Yes, I was, as a matter of fact.
Did she want it, sir?
Beg your pardon?
The lady you were out with last night, sir, did she want it, sir? Oh, suit you, sir. Oh.
So after much deliberation and after considering all the points and counterpoints, I've decided that this name means
Fuck all.
And now that I've distracted you with my crackpot theories for a while, let's get back to the actual review of the car, why I like it so much. Well, first of all, this is a record-breaking car. I'm going to spoil the surprise now. This is the fastest non-HSW car around my track. By a decent margin as well, actually. Not, you know, it's not like a huge amount, but it's a steady margin for a really, really good lap. And it wasn't a particularly clean lap, so I reckon there are quite a few more seconds. I think this could be the first non-HSW car that could actually do a sub 8 minute lap around here. So I might keep trying that. But it's the way it does that lap. This is everything that the Vista Extreme isn't. Apart from looks wise, because I do actually like the look of the Extreme. I prefer the look of this. But this does...
So sorry,
Various
didn't see you there.
But this does everything this Extreme does, but so much better. It sounds good. The handling is fun. It feels lively. In reality, it's not that much faster than the Extreme, really. It's, you know, it's definitely faster, but it's not a huge amount faster. But this just feels so much more fun when you're doing it. You actually enjoy driving this. I've got to admit, the Active Aero helps. With the pop-up spoiler and the actual air brake, which is a bit of a McLaren thing anyway. It looks super cool. But as I say, it's not necessarily that the speed difference is that big, but the perception of that speed because of the way you get to drive this thing is just so much better. It makes it so much more fun. You actually want to use this thing. So then we'll have a look at the top speed of this. So for anyone new to the channel, which is quite a few of you recently, so thanks for everyone that's subscribed. If you're not subscribed, now would be a really good time to head over and hit that subscribe button. We're doing really well. It'd be nice to get to 2k before the end of the year. But back to this is a straight mile, which I run flat out, measure and do a little bit of maths, and that gives me an average achievable top speed, which for this car is 128, which for a non-HSW is not bad. So when you throw it all together, you've got a good looking car with good customization, great handling, a really nice sound. Yes, it's not the cheapest, but it's not disgustingly expensive like some of the ones from this DLC. It has a good top speed and is just all around a lot of fun to live with. So I've got to admit, I go back to my first reactions video. I put this at the top. At the time I said it was only just above the GT750. Now I do know I need to go back and do the full review of the GT760, so 750 I mean. So whether my view on the order will change when I do that, I don't know, but I doubt it, because so far this is actually significantly better than I thought it was when I first drove it, and I already thought it was quite good. It's not like the FMJ. When I first drove the FMJ I didn't like it, but then when I got used to it, I actually really quite like that now. So that the position of that can change. But this, if anything, it's just extended its lead, because when you actually try and live with it and try and use it in sessions and use it in missions, I haven't used it in a race yet, and I can't wait to do that, because with that Gulf livery on, this looks amazing. But when you actually try and live with this, you realise it's even better than I first thought. Now, this is for this week only. This is, well, I assume this week only. This is locked behind GTA Plus, so it's only available to GTA Plus members. And even then, you have to go down to the Vinewood garage to pick this up. It's not available on the websites yet, even if you've got GTA Plus. If you don't have GTA Plus, it's absolutely fine. My PSN is at the bottom here. Add me as a friend, give me a shout, meet me in a session. I'll happily sell you this or any of the other cars that are locked. What's not clear yet is whether this will be available next week or whether it will be the week after. So the FMJ was released last week, exclusive to GTA Plus, and that was available to GTA Plus subscribers through the website. This wasn't, so I have a feeling that this car, that the FMJ will be available to everyone next week to buy, and I think this might actually be the week after. I'll be glad to be proved wrong. It'd be great if this is available to everyone next week, but if it isn't and you're on PlayStation, as I say, PSN down at the bottom, I'll put it there again. Add me as a friend. I have no problem meeting anyone in the session and selling you any of these cars. So let's have a look at the time. And here you go. That is an 8:04, which is, for a non-HSW car, it is a really quick lap. 3 seconds faster than the 811. And I seem to remember the 811 had a perfect lap, whereas this lap I did in this the Luiva was actually quite scruffy. So those 4 seconds, I reckon they can be easily trimmed off. So yeah, I mean, dead man, if you feel if you're up to that, you showed me up with the Stinger, so why not have a go with this as well? See if you can get this one in under 8 minutes. I hope that was useful. I'll see you in the next one.